What's happening, gamer friends? Welcome to Next Gen Newsweek, the podcast that's always a little bit late because somebody needs to use the bathroom. Yeah.
Don't kink shame.
No kink shaming involved. This is going to be episode 46 of Next Gen Newsweek. And we're actually a podcast that's about talking about PlayStation and Xbox and Switch. Sometimes we talk about Stadia too. But anyway, before we get into all of that, I want to introduce you to the panel we've got tonight. We have Steven, whose headset is cut out, Michael.
Hey, yo.
And Richard.
Hi.
Who the entire time, sorry for anyone listening to the audio-only version, but the entire time we've been sitting here, Richard has been staring off into the exact same spot.
So my TV's right over there.
We're constantly wondering what he's looking at.
Here, I'm gonna actually turn this off so my attention is not. There we go.
Yeah. So this week we've got not a lot of like major stuff to talk about, but just like some smaller stuff. It kind of adds up, including the Resident Evil showcase that happened the other day, Call of Duty's explosive event that just ended a couple hours ago, and some other little bit of smaller stuff. So
yeah, little smaller stuff.
Yes. I feel like Michael has come like full circle. He's got green hair, cat ears, and tiny hands. Like all at once. Like it's all together.
Wait, I don't know. Are those cat ears?
I mean, their ears.
I'm feeling like maybe like bovine.
I could go with that. You have a cow.
All right, we're gonna start things off tonight with some Nintendo
Bang!
news. Damn. Was it ready?
Let's kick it up another notch.
Was it ready?
Did you say Nintendo news?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I read the wrong notes?
Yeah, he read episode 1 notes. No, Nintendo and Fujifilm have come together.
Oh, this.
Yeah, to announce a new instant printer that works with your Nintendo Switch to let you print off screenshots from your Switch, because it's just like the most like mundane thing you could ever want to do, I guess. So, Pokemon Snap is coming out coming out not this Friday but next Friday. So obviously they're going to have some kind of accessory that lets you print off your screenshots. So Michael, you're getting Pokemon Snap. You're going to end up picking up this camera so you can print out all your pictures?
I don't want to say I am.
It's probably $100.
I mean, I want to say it's probably the exact same thing as the Fujifilm Instax, which was like the the little Bluetooth portable printer for photos, and yeah, I'm pretty sure it's exactly the same thing. Maybe just recased, slimmed down a few components, but it's otherwise exactly the same thing.
Yeah, so they actually said that it is the same thing, but if you want to use the quote Nintendo exclusive filters and frames for your photos, you will have to purchase the new camera or the new Instax Mini Link.
Well, of course.
Which is called the full name of it's the Instax Mini Link for Nintendo Switch smartphone printer. Like this Nintendo Switch printer, please. Just, it's like near when it's like 100 number name. Like it's unnecessary.
The new Nintendo Super Deluxe 3DS Super XL Mini.
Yes. I don't know. Is there any other? I don't know what other games that you would want to use this with other than maybe like Animal Crossing.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
So,
I mean, it'd be hilarious just to see people printing out like pictures of like Halo, Doom, or something. I don't know.
Like you just go like you're playing Outlast. You need to see like the goriest shit you've ever seen, and you're like, I need to print that. I need to print it right now.
I mean, or maybe they'll come out with Nintendogs again. Who knows?
Nintendogs, but it only works in Labo VR. All right. jumping companies, we're going to quickly talk about Xbox. Microsoft has officially removed the Xbox Live Gold requirement for free-to-play games and for using Party Chat. If y'all remember, a couple months ago, they tried to double the price of Xbox Live Gold. It did not go over well, so they backtracked, and then they said, hey, we're going to make free-to-play games, and Party Chat no longer require Xbox Live Gold, which includes about 50 free-to-play games, including Destiny 2, Call of Duty Warzone, Apex Legends, Fortnite, which I think Fortnite actually already had Party Chat because it uses like an Epic Games thing. So that's...
but still.
Yeah.
It gives you options.
I just don't know many people. I don't personally know anyone who owns an Xbox that doesn't have either Game Pass Ultimate or Xbox Live. Like, is there actually like a demographic of people who literally just boot up an Xbox and just that's it?
Play Viva Pinata.
I know my brother does. He doesn't like he'll do like the whole dollar special that they have. But other than that, he won't touch it. He'd rather just buy the physical copies and plays his games. And
when you're gonna have your diehards
with that, and when he's fiending for that GTA gameplay, then he'll go out and get it for a month and play to his heart content, and then that's it.
Hey, I tell you what would have been a better way of doing this instead of raising the price of Xbox Live Gold, or if you were gonna raise it, do like what PlayStation did last year and be like, hey, PlayStation Plus members, you get 1 million GTA bucks every month for like the rest of time. It's like, oh, but we're gonna jack your Xbox Live up just a little bit, but you get the money instead. So I mean, it's
If I'm not mistaken, they Xbox did something similar. It was you buy the gold shark card. And then going up to the newest heist that they've got, you were getting double the money for the heist, and you were getting like 1 million every month.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
So yeah, if this caters to you, that's great. I would also look into maybe getting Game Pass, but you know what? If you don't want to, cool. Now, we're going to jump into one of the bigger topics, which, I mean, it's big, but also it's very underwhelming, but it was like a big deal for the longest time, is that Call of Duty Warzone finally blew up their map. They pulled a Fortnite yesterday and said, hey, you guys have been playing the same map for forever, so we're going to blow up the map. Except they only blew up the map for a day, for essentially... So yesterday, players were able to get into Warzone, which is their battle royale. There was, for the past 2 months or so, zombies had been invading the map, slowly progressing through it. And then yesterday, they said, hey, okay, the outbreak has reached like whatever percentage it was. If you die, you're going to come back as a zombie, and you could just keep killing other players. And it ended with a nuke going off in their map called Verdansk, and it blew up. There was a cutscene, showed the map blowing up. It went black. You weren't allowed to play on Verdansk anymore. So they have another map called Rebirth Island, which is pretty much just Alcatraz. They've been reusing the same Alcatraz map for almost 10 years now. So they made that a battle royale. You can play on that. And then today at 2 o'clock, they let you go back to Verdansk. Pretty much what they did instead is that instead of letting you play on the map after it got nuked, you were able to play on Verdansk, but in 1984, which is the same setting as Black Ops Cold War, because they're all integrated now. And someone who I didn't participate in the event, but I watched everything happen on Twitch streams and stuff. Mm-hmm. This is the most underwhelming thing I've ever seen. Whenever Fortnite decided to redo their entire map, they've always done small updates and stuff. But I think it was season 10, they blew up their map and replaced it with a completely new map. And they shut the game off for 3 days. It was kind of cool. It pissed a lot of people off, but it was really funny. Yeah. But yeah, this was very underwhelming. The map is almost essentially the same with just a couple new locations in it. But Steven, you're my other Call of Duty guy on here. Have you gotten to try out Verdansk 84 yet?
No, I have issues every time they do something like that. They'll pull in a new season or what have you. I have to uninstall the extra packs and put the new packs back in. So I haven't really tried it, but I have watched a streamer go through it. And yeah, it was pretty underwhelming. I mean, I would have loved to seen something like um a scorched battlefield, even if it was for a couple of days, just so they could get a new map in there, playing on a scorched battlefield, ruined buildings, maybe a new game mode temporarily. That would have been awesome, but they do what they can, I suppose.
Well, and the big thing I have, and I was asking about this to myself, is we got another World War II Call of Duty coming out this year. Does that mean that next year that they're going to do something to this map and make it go back to World War II? Like, it doesn't make any sense. I don't know how like they said they're going to support Warzone for 6 more years or something like that at least. So like if they keep wanting to integrate the new Call of Duties into it, there's going to be like way too much content in this game. Richard, I haven't got to talk to you yet this episode. How are you doing?
No,
You look like you're about to fall asleep over there a few minutes ago.
I was about to doze off.
Richard had to be a dad today, so he hasn't.
I will say, I mean, we've moved past this, but as stupid as I think Pokemon Snap is, I think that's a dynamite idea. I have a 7-year-old daughter who has one of those. It's almost like a Polaroid camera, but it prints out the little, 2-inch by 1-inch type things.
Yeah. The instant cameras. Yeah.
Literally less than an hour ago, she was sitting on the couch playing Pokemon Sword on her Switch with that camera, taking pictures of the Pokemon that she caught. So, I mean, right there.
That's cute. That's cute.
Right there. I mean, I'd say that there's definitely a demographic for something like that. But back to Call of Duty.
Oh.
Isn't that what we were talking about? I'm sorry. I'm slowly catching up here.
I didn't know if you had something you wanted to say about Call of Duty or not.
No. Maybe one day I'll think it's awesome.
I mean, it's free to play at least. All you have to do is just make a little bit of room or a lot of room on your PlayStation. Give it a try. It's all free.
I'll play Elder Scrolls Online.
Fair. That's fair.
No judgment whatsoever on that. Man, Warzone is not for me. Like I literally reinstalled it just to check out the new map, and I installed it yesterday thinking that this is going to be a brand new map, and then it's just the same map. So it's like I just ran up my internet allowance by almost 100 gigabytes just to turn around and be like, all right, I'm ready to uninstall this again. Like, thank God we have terabytes of data now to play with.
Warzone is a haven for campers.
All of Call of Duty is a haven for campers.
Well, when you're playing like multiplayer, there's ways around it. But I started with my shooters. I started with Gears of War, so campers wasn't really a thing.
Yeah.
Look, that's the only way I can get kills. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's a play style. I can't call it cheating. It's a play style. But still, you've got those who enhance their snipers to where they can take you out from 200 meters away. I've seen it, and
a little crosshair on their monitor.
Yeah, I just can't. Have you been seeing that people have been putting tape on their monitors to where? Yeah, I'm like, oh my goodness.
You want to know something? Ridiculous. There are gaming monitors now coming out where it'll just put it on the screen for you.
That's ridiculous. Really? That's the most ridiculous thing.
My Alienware monitor has it built in. I can switch it on and off.
That's ridiculous.
So that's like cheating? Is that what we're talking about?
That defeats the purpose.
I don't understand. I don't understand the point of cheating.
It's
in a game like that. I mean, I don't.
So
you can have a better ratio or whatever. I mean,
so it used to be all about your kill death ratio, like you're talking about. But now, to me, the way that I see it is that, one, people get really competitive about stuff like this because they want to be better than everybody. And then so Call of Duty said, okay, you guys want to be really sweaty about it? Here's an entire set of the game called League Play, and it's just for you. And then they went in and said, okay, well, what are we playing Call of Duty for? Well, you guys unlock new guns. You have a battle pass to work through now. And then the big thing is, honestly, it's just getting camos for the guns. The more you use a gun, the more camos you get for it. There's challenges you have to do to unlock these camos. So there are particular instances where I don't want to say I camp, but I have had to sit still and kind of wait for somebody occasionally, but not making it my entire game mode because I want to get these camos unlocked.
For the riot shield. Or no. That's the only other way. No.
I will never. You'll never catch me with a riot shield.
I got a 4-kill death streak one time. I was so happy.
You'll never catch me with a riot shield. I'm so glad that's not in Cold War. Man.
You thermite grenade on a riot shield. I mean, they don't know what to do with it. Because if it sticks to your riot shield, you're done.
You'll never catch me in any game with a fucking shield. Sorry, freaking shield. Man. I was playing earlier right before we started recording.
If anyone needs to know, I'm the shittiest player.
I'm pretty sure, hey, you know what? If it goes back to World War II setting, though, I'm pretty sure they didn't have riot shields back then. So, I mean, they may have, but hopefully it's not like the current shields we got now. Jesus.
It's a Captain America shield.
Yeah. Hey, look, if you can throw the shield like a boomerang and it comes back, you know what? That's actually cool. I just don't like something that literally, if nothing gets through it. I could throw a grenade, it doesn't go through it. And if I shoot it, it doesn't, break or anything. It has no durability. It's like having the freaking Hylian shield. It just doesn't break. Sorry. Tangent. Let me calm down a little bit.
That's a nice shield.
Dude, it is. Calm down.
Whose shield would win?
Ooh. Ask one of those death battle people. Whoever, those YouTubers that always do they're kind of like celebrity deathmatch now, but it's just about pitting unrealistic things against each other. Let's get that. All right. And another topic we got, Sony has reversed course on closing down the PlayStation 3 and Vita stores. So a few weeks ago, we had talked about how Sony had decided that coming up and over the summer, they were going to shut down the PS3 and Vita and PSP shops, I guess because they thought nobody was really using them anymore, and probably just cost too much money to keep the servers up for them. And kind of like what happened with the Xbox thing, where people started getting mad about it, they decided to change course on it. So now they are not closing the PS3 and Vita store, but they are closing the PSP store. So this is a quote from Jim Ryan. He is the head of Sony of America, I believe, or Sony Entertainment in general. Recently, we notified players that the PlayStation Store for PS3 and Vita devices was planned to end this summer. Upon further reflection, however, it is clear that we made the wrong decision. So today I'm happy to say that we'll be keeping the PlayStation Store operational for PS3 and Vita. Again, not PSP, though. So I want to jump to Richard first. Where are you at with this information, and are you more excited that it's staying around, or does it affect you whatsoever?
I don't think it matters specifically, but I did read an article, and I think that a part of this decision has to do with an issue with the CMOS battery in some of the older consoles, like the PlayStation 3. Mm-hmm. Apparently, based on this article, if the CMOS battery is dead in your PlayStation 3 and you go to play a digital game, it'll actually go out to the network to make sure you own it before it'll launch. If there's no network and you legitimately own it and your CMOS battery is dead, it will not play. Which, that's a problem. They need to fix that because, eventually, that network will be shut down. Right. But I think that had a piece to do with them not closing down the network on the PS3 and the Vita is because of CMOS battery issues, which apparently it was an issue with 3. They say it'll be an issue with 4. I don't know if it'll be an issue with 5. They said that it's one of those things where it's 10, 15 years down the road, which, PlayStation 3 has been out for a while. You're probably in that neighborhood, but if you've experienced these issues and you have digital games, then yeah, it is vital that those storefronts remain open, at least until they resolve, however they can resolve that.
You know, it's crazy. What he's talking about is like, this is something we heard about, at least I did, probably about 10 years ago. Because Nintendo was like, hey, you know, your old Game Boy Color and Advance games, you know, they use these CMOS batteries too. And when they go out, you could lose all your stuff. So if you were some player who, you know, who'd been grinding the same, like for me, it was Pokemon Crystal. That was the game I always played as a kid. Like I got everything you can imagine in that game. And not that I can do anything with it or even know where it's at now. But it was just like, if I lose this or the battery dies and I could lose all this work that I've put into it. So that for some reason CMOS batteries seem to be the death of video games that no one's really talking about till right now.
The silent killer.
Honestly,
high blood pressure for
a lot of people that I've seen online talking about this whole closure thing. It was mostly just about preserving a lot of these old games, because, you know, and I think we kind of hit on this last time we talked about it, but, you know, the PS3 store has access to a lot of PS1 and PS2 games that you can't find anymore, or if you try to find them, they cost hundreds of dollars, and on the PlayStation shop they're like $8-10. So you know, if Sony currently doesn't have anything, at least that they've shown us, where they have a way of moving either your purchases or just have something set up like an expanded PlayStation Now to do something about all these games in case something like this happens. And I think that's one of the bigger reasons why people were so upset about all this. So hopefully, I don't know how much time this bought everyone though, but apparently they saw a massive surplus in PS3 digital sales over the past couple of weeks, and that's probably what's letting them keep the lights on in the server room for them a little bit longer on this, because I imagine, I don't remember the number. I know it started with an 8 and it had several zeros after it, but I don't know what the actual number was on it.
I think, especially with the disc-based systems, Nintendo doesn't really have a way to effectually do anything with this, but with Xbox and PlayStation, it'd be fairly easy to pop an older disc in just to kind of claim that you own it. Like, there's no real video game rental service anymore.
Mm-hmm.
You know? So if you pop that disc in, that to me, that should be proof enough that you do own it. You know, otherwise you're going through a hell of a lot to try to say you own it, and then you just get the digital copy.
Well, if you remember, in 2013, I believe that was part of the original Xbox One strategy, which is the digital DRM or whatever it was called.
DRM.
What they started with, and that's what ended up getting them so much they got buried with all the negative press over that whole thing because nobody wanted to deal with that at the time. And to some, they would say they probably never recovered from that. But I don't know. Like, I like the idea of it. I just think that the way that consoles are made now, you know, if you look at the PS4 to PS5, I mean, yes, there are improvements to like the hardware, but as far as like how the games operate, obviously there's backwards compatibility from the 4 to the 5, but the way that the PS3 was designed, it's so hard to emulate it that I don't know the exact specifics on how they did it, but whatever they did was so backwards compared to what they do now that it makes it almost impossible to emulate PS3 games without just straight up remastering them for the new systems, which that kind of helps, you know, with them not being able to bring over the PS1 and PS2 games because they're being emulated through a PS3. So I'd be interested to see where this goes, but I don't think the PS3 store makes it like another year, but definitely not 2 years after this.
Fair enough.
All right. Also, I put in here just to be funny. Do you guys think we're ever going to see a PlayStation All-Stars 2? Did anyone see that in there?
Maybe.
I missed that.
I was just being funny.
I mean, they could try and do it right.
I think the goal is to make it its own
chance.
thing. They need to make it its own thing and not Smash Brothers again.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. I just thought it'd be funny to throw that in there because it just hit the top of my head. All right. And we have the Resident Evil Showcase. This is all Richard. He's our Resident Evil fan.
My God, I've been put on the spot.
He has. No falling asleep now. It's all you.
So do I have to tell my story of my 10-year hiatus?
Yes, you will. I'm going to make you tell everyone. So before we get to Resident Evil Village and Richard's little story he's got here, I'll just kind of breeze through the headlines of the event. Resident Evil 4 VER is coming out for Oculus headsets. No date given on that, I believe, but it is coming relatively soon. Resident Evil Village demo, there's a new demo out. Apparently, according to what Richard was saying earlier, it's available you can download it now, right? But you can't play it till tomorrow?
Yeah, you get like some kind of weird prompt that gives you a timer countdown that says countdown to the next demo. So I don't know if it's like there's more than one demo coming down the pipe, or I don't know what that means. But as of tonight, the recording of this, or if you're watching live, it won't let you play now. It says like a day and 20 some odd hours. So I guess 2 days. Maybe the weekend they're going to do something.
I saw something that said that there was going to be like a castle demo and a village demo.
Village demo, yeah.
The
village demo was already out.
Okay. So the castle demo is what's coming up next.
Well, there's no demo right now. It doesn't,
So yeah, there's plenty of dates online for the...
Really?
Yeah. Yes.
That was quick. That was good.
I tried.
So if you check online, you can find the dates for the release date of the demos, depending on what platform you're on. They are PlayStation first, and they'll be coming out to other consoles. Resident Evil Mercenaries will be returning as a time trial and high score mode for completing challenges throughout missions of the game. I've never heard of Resident Evil Mercenaries until I was doing research for this. Resident Evil Infinite Darkness. It's a new animated series coming to Netflix in July about the zombie outbreak at the White House. Not to be mistaken for White House, Tennessee, where fun goes to die.
I mean, that's the first place I would expect zombies to erupt, actually.
Yeah. And then we have a Resident Evil Dead by Daylight collaboration that's launching on May 25th, which is also the 5-year anniversary of Dead by Daylight. And then there was a big bit of the showcase dedicated to Resident Evil Village, showing off information about the story with Ethan Winters, his connection to Chris Redfield, and then everyone's favorite tall vampire lady. How do you say that? Dimitrescu? I don't know how you say it. The big tall vampire lady.
I say Dimitrescu.
Dimitrescu, okay.
Could be wrong, but...
Mother Miranda and the Umbrella Corp's involvement in this game. What
about the fat guy in the carriage? That guy gives me the willies. Morbidly obese people that are like weird like that always give me the creeps.
Like they wobble?
You know it's serious when you use the word willies.
They do. They give me the willies. It's just, ugh. I don't know what it is.
What a weird way of putting that.
I saw something when I was a child that must have scarred me. I don't know. I think it was like the House 4 or House 5. I don't know. Some morbidly obese Italian mafia dude that sat in the back seat coughing up phlegm. I think it was like House 4 or something. Totally going off the rails here. Anyway.
I thought he was going to say Mario or something.
No. So, I don't know if I've actually talked about this before. I'm a little bit of a PlayStation fan. So when when I first got my PlayStation, it was the first console I bought myself. One of the big things was Resident Evil. It came out in I want to say 96 maybe, or maybe earlier than that, 94. Maybe it was 94. I was young. I think I was like 14 or 15. Instant hit. I remember there was a magazine. This was before the internet even really took off. That's how old I am. We used to buy magazines at like Walmart about video games. I think it was called Game Pro or something. Game Pro? That's what it was. It was Game Pro, yeah.
There was Game Informer.
Yeah, so Resident Evil was everywhere. Everybody, oh my god, the earthquake. It was everywhere. Everybody absolutely loved it. You had the dogs that crashed through the windows. It was like probably one of the first memorable jump scares, but it was fantastic. So immediately I was in love. And then the second one came out, and the second one I thought was even better because instead of just being centered around this mansion, you had this whole cityscape, and it had like the whole zombie vibe to it, and it was fantastic. The third one was good. I felt like it felt more like I was playing DLC to the second one than its own title in its own right. It was still good, but I didn't enjoy it as much as the second one. And then the fourth one came out. And, of course, I got it when it first came out. And the game opens, you play Leon from the second one again. And you're going to oddly enough, you're going to some village in, like, Eastern Europe, which... Evidently, I'm almost curious if there's some sort of a tie-in there. I'm hoping there is, but maybe not. You're going to this Eastern European village, and you get there, and this is the first one where there's not actually zombies. It's actually these village people that I'm actually playing through it right now. I don't know what's wrong with them, but they're not zombies. So you start out in this village, and the whole village just gets raided by these people that carry pitchforks and axes, and they have bags on their heads with chainsaws and stuff. And
lovely people.
Yeah.
In 2000, when did this come out? 2004, 2005? I don't know. I thought the goal was to kill everybody. So I tried that for a week. And I could not get past the first part of the game. So I stopped playing. And then 10 years went by. And Resident Evil 7 came out. And it reminded me of PT Demo, and I was like, man, I really wish that Silent Hills game would have come out. But, if this is the answer to that, maybe I'll get back into Resident Evil 7. Like 10 years ago, I really loved that game. Maybe I'll give it another shot. And I absolutely love 7. I think that the direction they went away from what I knew then, from 1 through 3, I was like, this is really interesting. As long as, it's not like that shitty 4, which everybody seems to love. It'll be great. And I played through 7. I thought 7 was great. I'm really amped about 8. But yeah, I started thinking, and this is all current. Whoops.
We almost lost
Did
you.
y'all lose me for a minute?
Almost.
Oh, yeah. I was all hyped for 8, and I got to thinking, I was like, I'm a Dark Souls player now. It's been a good fair amount of time. I should go back and try Resident Evil 4.
Kill everybody.
So there's a sale going on right now. You can get like basically any of the Resident Evil games 1 through 6 for like $8. So I went ahead and because of my 10-year hiatus, I never played 5 or 6. I was just so completely turned off by 4. So I was like, you know what? I need to go back. I've got to do this for myself. So I bought 4, 5, and 6. And I started playing 4 again. And I was like, you know what? This time I can do it because I'm older. I'm better. I am classier. I'm more. Yes. All those great words. And I attempted it, and I did the exact same thing I did, 10 or 12 years ago. Or no, God, wait. It's almost 20 years ago now.
I know.
Wow. Time flies.
There's no dodge roll.
No.
Can't Dark Souls that.
But there's a roundhouse that I didn't even know about. So if there's anybody that hasn't played 4 and you're going into it now, if you stagger one of these village people and you go up to them, you will get a prompt to do a roundhouse their ass, and they will fall to the ground, and then you stab them with a knife. That's how you advance. So I made the same mistake. I was trying to kill everybody in this damn village, and I kept dying.
With a roundhouse.
With the roundhouse, yeah, it doesn't work out. So I was gonna stop playing. I stopped playing that day. This was like last week. And then I gave it a while. Then I was like, maybe I should just be more conservative in my play style. Maybe I should do like the whole, pap, pap, and then run, and then pap, pap, and then run, and see if, I can just slowly wean them off that way. So I attempted that, and lo and behold, a few minutes into it, this cutscene just happened. And the game progressed. So I was like, I don't recall what I did. I don't know. I didn't kill any kind of certain amount. There's got to be something that triggers that. I reloaded my save, and I didn't kill anybody. I just ran around this village in a circle. And after a few minutes, this cutscene initiates. And it pisses me off because, I didn't play Resident Evil for like 10 years because of this. But there's nothing to allude to the fact that that's what you have to do. It just makes you feel like you have to kill all these people. So, that being said, I just finished Chapter 1 of Resident Evil 4. The first boss was incredibly terrifying because, as I've talked in previous podcasts after finishing Subnautica, I really don't like creatures that are in the water. And the first boss of Resident Evil 4 is a very large creature that is in the water. But it's I wasn't gonna spoil it. I don't know. Well, actually, hell, it's been 20 years. It's like a
huge, there's a remake coming.
Oh my god!
It's a huge alligator, and I don't want to short sell it by just saying it's a huge alligator. When I say huge, I mean like a football field, like a huge alligator. But its face is nothing like an alligator. Its face is like a tadpole. And I know that sounds comical, but like imagine a giant alligator whose head looks like the little cartoon representations of a sperm with a mouth with a lot of teeth. And that's the boss, and it's terrifying. Because if you get knocked out of the boat, and then you gotta like mash the hell out of the buttons.
Dude, this thing's terrifying.
Have you seen? Are you looking at it now?
It's called the Del Lago Giant Salamander Lake Monster.
That's it. It is a hell of a fight. But luckily, you have like 15 million harpoons in that little small rowboat you're in. So, you can just keep chucking those things at him. And no, it's almost, the boss fight's almost like a weird mini game. What he does is he grabs onto the anchor of the boat and he whips you around this lake and tries to like sling you into trees and shit. And at that point, you just basically have to avoid the debris. And then when he stops, you got to pay attention and then just start harpooning him in the face. Ooh, and he's got tentacles in his mouth. It's nasty. Yeah.
Now, I don't know what Resident Evil game this is, but there is also a gigantic alligator. So you may not have come across that yet.
Was that in the second or the third one?
I'm sure he'll probably see that in a while.
Yeah. There he goes again.
Spot on, man. Spot on.
The master of dad jokes, that one.
You're welcome.
I will say, when I played 7, and this is part of the reason why I want to go back and play 4, 5, and 6. And I hope y'all have all played and finished 7.
No. Never.
Am I correct in thinking? None at all?
None of them.
Okay, well, this
I've
doesn't
seen
really
gameplay, but I haven't actually played it.
This doesn't really spoil anything, especially now because of the trailer in 8 and you see who's in it. I thought that Resident Evil 7 was a departure from the story that they had established in 1 through 6. I thought it was just a completely new thing. And you get about halfway through the game and you realize it's not. It's still in continuity with the first 6. So I thought that was really interesting because I thought it was just like a reboot or something. And it is kind of a reboot in a way because, it is a different kind of style. But no, it is a direct sequel.
So, didn't they run with a different company that's over? What was it, the Ouroboros virus? Or I think that was in 5. Whatever the name of the virus was in 7. Isn't that controlled by a different group other than Umbrella?
It's the remnants of Umbrella, though, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
It's kind of like isn't it one of those like first order situations where it's the Empire, but we just have a new name, new logo. I think that's But how this ties into, I don't know, because that takes, what was that? That was like Louisiana or something like that.
Yeah, in the bayous.
And the family, they had gotten infected, and I don't want to spoil anything because that's fairly recent, and you can get a copy of Resident Evil 8 that has 7 in it.
Ooh, cool. cool.
I don't know how they're going to make this jump from this infected, nasty family in the bayou to like vampires and werewolves in Europe. So,
so is it like a Devil's Reject sort of thing, or
7?
No.
I mean, with the nasty family?
I think that they took a little bit from like stuff like the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, The Hills Have Eyes, What You May. I mean, there's certainly nods to that, but it's at its core, it's definitely built around a very Resident Evil story.
Okay.
Like it almost felt like it was a bewitching virus, if you want to.
Yeah,
Something that they did back then, and it was basically the virus was manipulating the mind, so they were thinking that they were the parents of I don't know if you want to call it patient zero or what have you, but like they were sworn to protect her, and the guy, he was just there to get his wife.
Okay.
And
Ian.
Yeah, Ian. Yeah, he was there just to get his wife, and like he got dragged so far into that.
Yeah, the game starts out really crazy because like she goes to like do like it was almost like a house sitting or something like that, and then she ends up missing for like 5 years.
Yeah,
Damn.
but
And she's presumed dead or something, and then he gets an email.
Yeah, or was it tapes or yeah, it was emails.
Wait,
yeah.
no, it was an email or I know it was a video. It was
Yeah,
either
video.
It was either a DVD in the mail or a video attached to an email. I can't remember which one it was, but and it just draws you in, and then it's got Chris Redfield in it. Damn, I said I wasn't going to spoil anything, but yeah, it's got Chris Redfield in it. So,
Which wasn't he introduced in 5?
Chris was in the first one.
Oh,
The very first one.
I thought it was all about Leon Kennedy up until episode.
The level of disrespect.
No, in the very first one, you had the option of playing as Chris Redfield or Jill Valentine.
I told you, I don't know anything about it. I played Resident Evil 5. I never beat it. That's all I played.
And then in the second one, you could play as Leon or Claire. And the third one, you played as Jill again. And I think you could play as, what was his name? Hank?
It started with the H.
Hunk or Hank or
they kind of did the whole Devil May Cry thing to where
Yeah.
halfway through the game you played with whoever he was, and then towards the end of the game you went back in as Jill.
Yeah.
So did
Third
you,
one was Jill. Fourth
did you go
was
back and
Leon.
redo the Resident Evil 2 and 3 remakes? Did you get those?
I played through the first remake. I own the second remake, but I haven't went through and played through it yet. The third one I haven't bought. I mean, I'll probably end up getting it. And I may like it now. I just, at the time that it came out, it felt so much like the second one. There wasn't really anything new. They added that nemesis bastard that followed you around everywhere, but I don't know. I don't have as much draw to that one as I do some of the other ones, but I may pick it up.
Well, I mean, that's like a staple, though, isn't it? Because then there's some kind of dude in RE2 that follows you around everywhere, too. Big, tall, like metal-looking man wearing a suit and a top hat or something.
I know who you're talking about.
I know he's in
the
Was that the second one?
Yeah, he's in RE2, and then Nemesis is in 3.
You're right.
Look at me with my Resident Evil knowledge. Yeah, he has a face.
Oh, man, I was thinking of somebody that didn't have a face. Maybe I'm confused. Seems like, but he's got like a black hat and a black coat.
Mr. X, does that sound right?
Mr. X.
Mr. X, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that 2 or was that like Code Veronica X?
That was 2.
Was it 2 that he was in? Okay.
Yeah.
I remember playing through Resident Evil Code Veronica X as well.
Yeah, it's
There's been a lot of spin-off
T00.
titles. You got like the Revelation spin-offs, Code Veronica X, Revelations 2.
So it's kind of like an evil RoboCop.
Yeah.
Pretty much what I'm getting out of this. So, yeah. Either way, you have a ton of Resident Evil stuff to look forward to and it's going to be a great year if you're a Resident Evil fan. Bam! I said the name of the episode in the thing. Isn't that like that's some kind of reference or some kind of thing that people do where they say the name of the episode in the show? Great time to be a Resident Evil fan. Bam! Say it again. Resident Evil 8. No, yeah, Resident Evil 8 or Village comes out May 7th, 2 weeks from now. Richard bought it early.
Yeah, too early.
Yeah,
so early.
I was gonna buy it anyway, but my life is a week behind. I thought I was a week ahead, and I'm not.
Oof. All right. So we can now jump into what games we've been playing, and we know Richard's playing a lot of Resident Evil.
I've been playing Resident Evil 4.
Have you been playing anything else, or just RE4?
What have I been playing? Actually, I feel like I've caught whatever disease Michael has, because I've been playing some game on my phone called Evermerge, where you merge stuff together. Yeah, one of those.
Wow.
I don't even want to.
Even I haven't gotten into a merge game yet.
Look, man, I don't even want to talk about how much time I put into it, just because it's so accessible. But I've been playing that and Marvel Strike Force.
Yes.
On my phone, I still play Marvel Strike Force. But aside from that, a lot of RE4. I'd like to say that I could beat 4, 5, and 6 before May 7th, but that's not going to happen.
Just got to grind at it. Don't put the controller down whatsoever.
I was trying, man. You wanted to do a podcast.
Michael, what have you been up to?
I finally gave up on Raid Shadow Legends. I know.
They stopped paying you.
I mean, basically. Thank God I only gave them like $300. No.
Jeez.
I'm kidding. But I realized that like after so much of an initial amount, pretty much like all the beginner stuff, like once you've cleared that, the grind is so heavy. And like 80% of the characters are just like reskins of other characters, so it's just like, why am I playing to have it in another color? Slightly different abilities, so I was like, and then there's no story at all. So I've been playing Final Fantasy War of the Visions a lot more, and still Marvel Strike Force as well. But I mean, the one thing I hate about War of the Visions is like it takes nearly a full hour to just claim everything. Mm-hmm. Like you have so many freebies and things you have to check in on and do, and your dailies and shit. And it takes a full fucking hour of your day.
Did they send it in like this weird sort of an email section of that? You don't have like a claim all?
They do, but like, again, you're not. There's a claim all. You got claim all, but you have to claim all of this, and then you go to the next section. You claim all of that.
Gotcha.
And like, there's free shit in the shop it doesn't alert you about, so you have to go to the shop and claim that. And you have to go over here and do your free summons, and then do this other free summon, and then.
Man, I'm stressed out just.
And then you gotta go back and then claim all of the summons. I'm like, why wouldn't it automatically go to my fucking inventory? Why do I have to go back and claim it? Like, there's no reason for that. But right now they have a Nier Automata crossover, so you get a free character from that. And I'm a slut for crossovers, so. And I'm gonna try and play Genshin Impact a little bit more. I got that updated on my computer, so I'm good to go for that.
Real quick, I just thought about this. Genshin Impact, the PS5 version, is coming out. Is it this week or next week? I think it's the end of this month. They're doing.
I think it's the 28th.
PS5 version of Genshin Impact. If you're someone who needs to hop on that train.
I think it's the 28th. Don't hold me to it.
But unfortunately, if I'm right, or I'm recalling correctly, the PS4 and PS5 are still not cross-compatible, which is like at least save-wise. So it's just like, fucking fix that. Like, there's no reason for that.
Yeah. So I guess you can't move your save over, so you'll have to make a new character, I guess.
It's really convenient when I want to just boot it up on my phone, claim my dailies, and then play it later or something. But yeah.
Wow. Steven, what you been playing? I know you've been playing some Call of Duty because we had some fun times last night. But other than
that, you should have heard the guys we were playing with. They were absolutely hilarious.
No, they were a trip.
Cold War for sure. I was playing the Final Fantasy game all of like 7 or 8 minutes and realized that it's like Fire Emblem, and I put it down. I didn't uninstall it. I just put it down. I don't know. It just takes time for me to play those types of games, and sometimes I just want like a quick 20 minutes to make progress on some type of game, and that's not the game for that, especially since it takes an hour to claim things. I've been really playing like the old retro games, Shatterhand, Super Metroid, Super Mario Brothers, Sonic the Hedgehog, just going back to the days of plug and play, and that's pretty much it.
Play Super Punch Out.
I've got to get it.
Gotta get some Super Punch Out in.
And you gotta do the minor, major, and world circuit undefeated. Unlock the special circuit, man.
Look, man.
Fight Nick and Rick Bruiser.
Look. I am not the platinum guy here. You are, so we're gonna.
No, man. This is You've got the minor circuit, the major circuit, and the world circuit. This is the only way to unlock the special circuit. It is not a platinum. It is. You've got to finish it. You got to beat the Bruiser brothers. Oh, man, I want to play it right now.
Is Sandman? Is he in Super Punch Out or the regular?
He is.
He's in Super Punch Out.
Sandman is. I'm wanting to say he's. No, he's not the world champion. The world champion, Super Macho Man. I think he's the champion of the major circuit.
I think so.
I believe so. Because then Nick in the special circuit, the number one spot and the champion spot. I don't know which one's which, but it's twins, Nick and Rick Bruiser. God, they're hard. They're not Mike Tyson Punch Out hard, but they're hard.
Who's harder, Mike Tyson or Donkey Kong in the Punch Out game for Wii?
Mike Tyson. Definitely Mike Tyson.
Are you sure?
Yeah. When was the last time you fought Mike Tyson on Punch Out? Give it a shot.
Never.
Oh my God.
Speaking of fighting games, I actually gave Power Rangers Battle for the Grid a try with David, and that was actually really fun.
Really?
Yeah, like surprisingly, I didn't realize all the characters had so much variety, and it's really fun to play.
Didn't that game also get some kind of crossover here recently?
Maybe.
I don't remember what it was.
It would make sense to.
What kind of game is that?
It's a fighting game. It's a 3 versus 3.
It's kind of like Jump Force. 3. Is it kind of like Jump Force?
No, I mean it's a.
Or is it like a 2D?
Yeah, it's a 2D brawler.
Okay.
Not brawler, fighting game. Like it's but yeah, you pick your 3 characters and you swap out. You pick your Megazord for a special, and they got a couple different Zords to pick from. Kind of ranges the entire, I guess, history of Power Rangers. So yeah,
nice. I thought about trying out Jump Force because it's on Game Pass, but I have yet to. Don't get it.
Don't.
But it's got my boy Yugimoto in it.
It is a failure. It is a disgrace.
I've heard the story.
I'll link you to a video. It's pretty funny, but yeah, it's very repetitive.
Well, you just saved my bandwidth and me some time. I haven't really played anything that hasn't already been said in some capacity. Lots of Call of Duty. Even though Steven ripped on Fire Emblem, I picked up 3 houses a little bit. So the consensus is if you're either playing Fire Emblem or you're playing Final Fantasy in some form, or Marvel, I guess. But no, I tried picking up 3 houses. I played it for about maybe 4 hours on the second run through the game that I've started a year ago now. I was like, I'll pick this back up. And I was like, God, the story in this game is just amazing. And then lots of Call of Duty. And last night was the first time I've played with like randoms and zombies. And not to just go way into this, but there's these types of special infected called mimics, and like their name, they pretend to be chests. And sometimes when in one of these guys, and I'm pretty sure they were both just baked, but they never played Outbreak before, and one of them ran up on one of these mimics, and I just hear him yelling, and I'm not sure what's going on. And then I just see him bolting out of this house, still screaming, and then I just see this mimic just coming out of this house. I've got the clip on Twitch. I'm going to try to get it uploaded on Twitter tonight so y'all can see it. But, God, it was just the funniest thing. It's been a while since I've laughed that hard at that. So, yeah. Sometimes it's good to get on there. Like, it's hard to play like competitively with randoms because all you're doing is just, you're just shit talking each other. But sometimes when you get in zombies, you can kind of make some friends in there. So that was definitely fun. It was different. It was definitely a change of pace than what I'm used to when I'm playing COD. But that's gonna bring us into trivia. There's a lot of good conversations there. I love it.
Yeah.
But we're going to jump into trivia. And in the notes, I put top secret, definitely not Resident Evil related. So what I did is I decided we're going to have 2 trivia questions tonight because I have a Resident Evil one and a not Resident Evil one instead. So, plus this first one may be a little hard. So I thought maybe we'll give you one that's also really hard too. So you have 2.
The answer is Super Nintendo.
No. I will say that the one thing I was ill prepared for was forgetting to write down everyone's trivia scores from last week. But I will update everyone. But I'm pretty sure Michael and Steven both got it right last week.
They did.
So that would, if I'm right with my math, then Michael and Richard both have 7, Steven has 5.
Yes.
So, cool. But never mind. I didn't forget anything. So, it's going to keep going. All right. This is your first. There's a little bit of stuff before it that kind of sets this up. But here's your first trivia question. The original version of Resident Evil 4 that was shown at E3 2003 was scrapped in favor of what ultimately became the version we have now. What is the name that was given to the scrapped version of Resident Evil 4? Is it the Hookman version, the Fog version, the Ghost version, or Leon's Nightmare version? Do I need to read that again? Did everybody get it?
I'm okay.
All right. Richard, I feel like I think he knows. I think he's just having to stew on it for a minute.
I don't. I've got my guess that I'm going to throw out there. It's probably wrong. But it's making me think that it's just based on the movie. I'm going to say The Fog.
All right. Michael.
I was also going to say The Fog, but I have no knowledge.
All right. And Steven.
Fog just feels right because the other 2 just kind of sounds like some type of knockoff Resident Evil title. But I'm going to take my chances and say Leon's Nightmare.
Well, the answer is the Hookman version. It's also been called Resident Evil 3.5. It was about 40% complete when it was scrapped.
Who the hell is the Hookman?
Exactly.
It earned the name the Hookman version because it featured a ghost-like man wielding a hook that would chase you around.
Yeah, and in the movie The Fog, there was people with hook hands in the fog. It just makes sense. You have not seen The Fog?
I feel like I have. Is that the movie with them all trapped in like a grocery store?
That's The Mist.
No, they're in like a whole town.
No. I was thinking of The Mist. Yeah, I remember I saw a trailer for that, movie. And I was like, damn, like everyone in here ended up on The Walking Dead. That's how I remember that movie. Okay, so I figured that one may be a little difficult, so I have another one. So you have another chance to either keep your lead or fall behind here. Which of these is the cult that serves as the primary antagonist of the first Dying Light game? Was it Project at Eden's Gate, the Seraphites, the Following, or the Testament of the New Ezekiel? I'm going to start with Steven on this one.
Run me those answers again.
Project at Eden's Gate, the Seraphites, the Following, and Testament of the New Ezekiel.
Let's go with the Seraphites.
All right. Michael.
I'm also going to guess the Seraphites.
And Richard.
Yeah, one of those is Far Cry 5. So I know it's not that one. I've never actually played Dying Light, and I think that Michael and Steven have. So they're probably...
I've only played the second one.
They're probably right in saying Seraphites, but that just sounds like such a stupid-ass name. I would hope that it's not that, so I'm going to go the exact opposite and go with the Ezekiel one. 'Cause that sounds cool. And there was some crazy stuff in the Bible that happens in Ezekiel, so maybe that's it.
All right, so the cult Project at Eden's Gate is the cult from Far Cry 5.
Bonus points. No, just kidding.
Testament of the New Ezekiel is the cult from Outlast 2.
I knew it sounded familiar.
The Seraphites are the cult from The Last of Us Part 2. So I'm kind of disappointed Steven missed that one because he watched me play the whole damn game. And the Following is the cult from Dying Light, which they had the entire expansion called Dying Light: The Following. So
see, that's why I was. That's why
we
I was
all
confused.
lost. That's awesome.
Yes, I'll take it. I'll take it.
You know
Teamwork.
what? I'm fucking retarded because I have the disc right there. I thought The Following was in the second one, so I was like, I just can't be that one. And then the disc is fucking right there, and I got confused.
Dang. I don't. We started talking about cults or something before we started recording. I was like, "Oh my god, that sounds like a great trivia question." And then I forgot to look up the answer to the Resident Evil 4 one. So while y'all were guessing, I was like googling over on this monitor, like, "Oh my god, what was the answer to that?"
That's awesome.
All right, so no one gets any points. So the current score still stays: Richard, Michael 7, Steven 5. Chase has.
Wait, I got the Far Cry thing right.
That doesn't count. You said that doesn't count.
What, half a point?
Yeah. This isn't Resident Evil 3.5, Richard.
If this all ends as a tie, then I'll reference it. But
well, if it ends in a tie and Chase doesn't end up coming back on the show for a long period of time, maybe we can just get him to give his point to whoever he feels like deserves it the most. We'll see.
Sounds risky.
We'll see. It depends on if you have more trophies than him. I'm sure.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, that's...
he beat him in trophies. He's definitely not going to give you a point. But
I don't know.
see.
He's the closest. He's beaten all of us.
Chase, if you're listening, you're more than welcome to come on the show anytime you want to. So if you'd rather just beat them with your own trivia knowledge, go for it. All right. Just quick announcement real quick. You should start seeing a lot of Twitter activity from me regarding E3 2021 because I'm getting ready to start doing all of the promoting and marketing and stuff like that because we're getting ready to start getting ready for that event. And it didn't happen until like the first week of June, but planning all this stuff in advance instead of waiting till the last minute. It seems to be a good thing around here. So there's a lot of that to look forward to. Also, thanks to Michael and his magic friends, we finally hit 200 subscribers on the channel. Yeah. Very exciting. I'm really happy about that. Richard would like to announce that Ocean Water is still good. And also,
available at Sonic.
Yes. And real quick, because we're getting ready to start plugging social medias, I put in the notes, what the heck is going on? Is Richard working on? Are you ready to talk about this, or is it still waiting?
This past week, I actually built a fire pit swing pergola for my wife, so I've been working on that.
So, not working on his project. So, 10-4.
There's a lot of stuff, man. I bought Maddie this big play set that's got like an adventure tower and monkey bars, and I've had to put that together, and there's been a lot of dad stuff going on. So I'm still shooting for this spring, and we're not quite. Actually, we're already in spring, aren't we?
Yes.
Spring has
Technically.
sprung.
You have until the first day of summer.
That's right. This June 20 something. So yes, it will still happen this spring.
Cool.
Of that I am. And I did say that it is board game related. It's just not what I was doing before.
Yeah. Michael?
Not a whole lot going on. There's a few sales that are happening, and I've got those posted up. Newegg lately has been doing like weekend sales, so if you want to catch anything like that, get the scoop on those. I did look at laptops recently, and because they got the 3000 series processors in the graphic card in the laptops now, and the prices are actually really good, even not on sale. Just a little. Comparatively, but it's a little over $1,000 for some of these laptops, and just blazing fast graphics card right in there.
Yeah.
Other than that, yeah. You can catch it all at stalledaction.com.
Where his fan mail service is now officially working.
Yep, it goes right to me.
Just to throw in the deals real quick, if you're an Apple person, you probably saw that there was a Apple press event on 420, funny, that they announced some new iPads and MacBooks and stuff like that. So you should start seeing a little price cut in some of these older iPads and stuff like that. I don't know to what extent, but you should start seeing that. So if you're someone who's been looking into getting an iPad Pro or an iMac, then you don't want to spend the thousands of dollars, and maybe you can only spend like $1,800 instead or something.
Yeah.
Something not as much as the new ones. Please don't buy one of those new iMacs. Oh, they're so ugly. Unless you get the purple one. So anyway, Steven, what you got?
I'm probably not going to be doing too much. I've got graduation coming up next week, so I do want to focus my attention on that and not be swayed. But I am going to put out a couple of more streams dealing with retro week. Seems like people are really kind of catching on to it, so we'll probably be playing Shatterhand tonight. If it's not going to be Shatterhand, I may just go old school classic and play some Sonic. I'm not really sure yet, but yeah, we'll be doing that for the next week or two, doing retro games and throwing a regular game in there every once in a while. But you can find me on Twitch TV, The Breaks, with a Z on the end, not a S.
Cool. I don't know if I'll be doing any streaming this week either. If I do, it'll be something funny like Phasmophobia again. I guess that's one thing I left out that we played last week was Phasmophobia. Got back into that. That was fun.
Nice.
But probably not going to do any like Call of Duty streaming or anything. Or I actually don't even know what I'm going to be doing this next week. I've been working out of city the past week, and it's just I know I'm getting ready to come back to my regular store I work in, and it's going to be all hands on deck, so I don't know how that's going to be. So I'll keep you posted. Just follow me on Twitter, like everyone else should already. But that is going to do it for episode 46 of Next Gen News Week. So we'll definitely see you back next time. And Michael, do you have a advertisement to close us out with?
Yeah, this is an advertisement. It's brought to you by all the flavors that are no longer with us now. The pickle slushy at Sonic, the General Tso's sauce, the Szechuan sauce from McDonald's. Like that, we miss them all. You know,
General Tso's isn't dead. I get it on my chicken every time I go to China buffet.
The Szechuan sauce.
Oh,
from McDonald's.
I have the recipe for the Szechuan sauce at McDonald's. I can make it by the batch,
But
and
can
it
you
tastes
do that pickle slushy though?
spot on. Now that I can't.
Yeah.
well,
Cannot do that.
Don't have everything.
But it was a sweet relish. It wasn't like a dill relish. It was weird.
Right.
So I just thought about this. This is a perfect time to plug this. David asked me for my address last week, and then a random bottle of hot sauce showed up at my house from him. It says Steve-O's hot sauce for your butthole, and I know it's backwards. But It's got a picture of Steve-O with a bottle of hot sauce in his ass crack. And it was funny because right before this showed up, I got on everyone's favorite app to rip on TikTok, and I saw a video of Steve-O chugging hot sauce and then pouring it into his eyeballs. So...
Hey, wait, hold on. Eat some of it right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stream.
You mean to open it back up? I already tasted it the other day. It was really good.
Oh, did you? Oh,
ass
okay.
to mouth.
I'm not putting it in my eyes.
So it's not like hot then? Look at that.
No, it's hot. Shit's hot. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely for your butthole.
Is it Moore's fried? Is it Moore's hot chicken hot? Like the hot of Moore's hot chicken hot?
No.
No? Okay.
It's really good, though. So I have yet to put it on chicken or anything you put hot sauce on. But I'm sure I will at some point. Because literally it's been sitting here on my desk. I've been looking at Steve-O and his butt crack for a week now. So...
All right, man. You do you, Mitch.
Yeah. All right. Y'all have a good week. We'll see you
from the stream.
Yeah. Y'all have a good week. We'll see you next time.